Real quick before we get into the synopsis of the show, I wanted to give a quick shout out to our friends over at A Podcast on Elm Street. This is a show about two friends who just love horror movies and they talk about them, just like we do here. If you dig this show, you're going to love that show. So please give them a listen and let them know what you think. They are on Instagram, they are on Apple Podcasts, they have merch on TeePublic, and if you follow them on Instagram, that has a lot more of their contact info. But yeah, they're really nice guys, and they have a really good show, so check them out. The podcast you're about to listen to will be discussing and spoiling movies throughout the duration of the show. It is also riddled with bad language, so if that's not your thing, well, we tried to warn you.
Something in the mist! Something in the mist took John Lee!
Dan, catch your breath.
Something in the mist took John Lee, and I could hear him screaming, "Shut the doors! Shut the doors, my God!"
Daddy, I'm scared. Can we go home?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Monster Madness, a podcast dedicated to all sorts of creature features. My name is Erika Gwynn, and I am here to introduce you to this wonderful show. Joined with me on this episode are two men who, if I was going to be stuck in a grocery store during a mysterious and vicious interdimensional attack, I'd want to be with them. We have Daniel Gwynn.
Hello, how's it going?
And Matt Stein.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm going to get a shirt made that says I survived coronavirus 2020.
You know what will be interesting? Because we record these so early, what the state of
Will coronavirus still be a thing when this comes out?
Will we even be alive?
I did see a really funny shirt, and it was coronavirus and the death metal logo, and on the back it said World Tour, and it just had a bunch of countries.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't buy one.
I didn't see it for sale. I just saw it on someone.
Oh, gotcha. All right, so before we get into the episode, as always, we have some plugs. You can find Monster Madness on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, as well as all the other obscure social media platforms. There are many ways you can support our show for the cost of nothing except a few minutes of your time. You can head on over to Apple Podcasts and give the show a rating and review. That helps other people find the show, and it is greatly appreciated by us. You can also buy merch at tpublic.com or become a Patreon. So without further ado, tonight on Monster Madness, we will be discussing the 2007 film, The Mist.
It's from them. The blood of human sacrifice must come from them. The blood of expiation.
You try it. Fucking try it! Come on!
We want the boy.
You
we
get
want
back.
the boy.
No, you give us. You get back! Boy, get out!
I feel like I watched it in 2007.
I mean,
Because it's been so long.
yeah, I get it. But
This was the first time I watched this movie.
I remember being really excited when it came out to see it. And then being disappointed when I watched it, and then being disappointed again when I just watched it.
yeah, disappointment just 13 years later.
It's the story of my life.
I can't wait to see when we're still doing this podcast in 13 years what's disappointing you then.
Many things. So many things. He's going to have a big list.
There's a lot to unpack there. We're just going to go ahead and move on.
All right, so some taglines for The Mist. We have Stephen King's legendary tale of terror. Fear changes everything. Belief divides them. Mystery surrounds them. But fear changes everything. Not horrible.
No.
Not horrible.
I wouldn't have thought any of them were for The Mist.
Nope. I will agree with that.
True. So The Mist stars Thomas Jane, Marcia Gay Harden, Laurie Holden, and it cut it off, but I think it's Andre Brager. I can't remember.
It is.
Yeah, okay. It was directed by Frank Darabont, and he also wrote it. He adapted it into a screenplay from Stephen King, who wrote the original story. So, Matt, tell me the budget.
Do you have any guesses? I felt like it was pretty low based on what you saw.
10 million?
No.
No, wait, that's way too low.
That's way too high.
You think?
Yeah. It's like an abandoned town. It probably doesn't cost much to go there.
No, but the
All
mist
they
was
had-
all CGI. Any bug was CGI.
I'm sticking with my 10.
Do you agree with 10?
No.
What do you think?
I stick to 7.
Okay, well, it was 18, so you're both wrong. Very wrong.
I was the closest.
Yes, you are.
So, circle gets the square.
Yeah, if we would have added both of them, we would have been closer.
Yeah, that is how math works.
This is why we're supposed to be a team.
We're married, so it's joint. 17 million. We both win.
Are you guys, is that a 50-50 state?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know. Wisconsin's a 50-50 state.
What does that mean?
Regardless of what, so the day we got married, half of hers is mine and half of mine is hers. So like we bought a car and my name is not on the title, but I still own half of it. So if we were to get a divorce, she owes me half that car.
She gets so mad right now. She's already mad.
No, I'm not mad. Why am
I feel like you'd be mad if it was like, if you just like saved up all your money and you're like,
well, I think like with anything prenup, if the prenup, I could say what she had before we got married, I don't deserve half of. Like, not that isn't mine. But I could be a dick and be like,
Let me just tell you right now, if in the crazy realm of impossibilities that Dan and I were divorced and we did live in a 50-50 state, he would take a chainsaw and saw my car in half because that's the type of bitter bitch that he is.
no, don't worry, death do us part.
wow, okay, so box office was 57.3 million. So it did pretty well, I guess.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Pretty well is the operative term there.
Yeah, for sure. So tell me about this movie, Matt. Let's walk through it. Do you want to?
Scene. I was going to say a town and a year. And
I thought he was practicing.
I was really excited.
Drama class.
No, fuck no. I think when I thought about this earlier, it's like, I don't even remember this movie.
I know, I had to give him a breakdown, but I literally stopped breathing for a second because I was really excited.
You guys are funny. Anyways, it starts out there's a thunderstorm that damages the home of David Drayton. Sounds like a fake name. He leaves his wife to buy supplies with their 8-year-old son, Billy, and the neighbor. They notice a mist rolling down the mountain towards the house and unusual police and military activity at the supermarket. 3 soldiers enter the store, followed by a military police who informs them that the leave has been canceled. So they were supposed to go get some punani. And then they don't. Civil defense sirens go off. A man who is injured runs into the store screaming about something in the mist. And then a thick mist envelops the store, accompanied by earthquake-like tremors.
Okay, so at this point, if this was happening in your reality, what do you think it's going down? Do you think supernatural being? Do you think we're going to war? What do you think?
It would have to be supernatural.
Your mind immediately goes there.
Well, yeah, because so say it is war. The enemy, presumably, if we're saying it's not supernatural, is another human.
Mm-hmm.
That person needs to also be able to see you to kill you. The mist makes it too difficult. True. So it's as much of a disadvantage to the enemy as it is to you, assuming it is just 2 normal people. Night vision is not going to help. I guess maybe heat vision, but that's still not going to stop you from bumping into inanimate objects.
True.
Me, I'm not even worried about what's outside. I'm already at the point of like every man for himself. I have to get the higher ground in this grocery store. And if Carol over there gets my way, she's gonna die.
Fucking Carol.
Daniel would be the guy in this type of situation, or if he ever went to jail, he would just lay out the biggest person in the room just to be establish his don't fuck with me.
His mist and prison plans are the same.
Pretty much. It's literally just rip the jugular out of the throat of whoever is the largest and most threatening to be
I have many things to say about scenes in the grocery store.
All right.
When you get to them.
We're going to get to them.
So since you mentioned Carol, and you talked about our ideas of what's actually happening, Mrs. Carmody, I don't if they said it, I don't remember, but she's believes that it is Armageddon. Against other objections, a woman leaves the store to go home to her children. David discovers the store's emergency generator is venting exhaust into the loading bay, and Norm, who's a bagger, goes outside to fix the clog vent, but is attacked by an unseen monster and dragged into the mist.
It's got tentacles. That's what he keeps telling everybody.
Yeah, so it gets weird anyways.
Big octopus out there.
Yeah, but then where do the bugs come from? It's not shitting bugs out.
I don't know. Why are they so big?
Well, and that's the thing. I think we'll get to that. The store manager, Bud, and a local biker are convinced by a severed tentacle left behind, and everyone... Okay, yeah, because he's trying to explain to everyone what's actually going on. No one believes that it is a giant space octopus until they see the severed tentacle piece. Extraterrestrial, it's a space octopus, I'm right.
So,
the
other thing I don't get, all right, so when they're first
imagery.
in that grocery store, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're all standing there. The mist approaches them. That building shakes like all hell.
Yeah.
Then the next time you see something, there's no more shaking. It's just surprise. banging on the door, oh, something's out here, but nothing. Like, where did the shaking come from? Like,
The Mist.
no, that doesn't make any sense.
No. So I'm jumping ahead a little bit. When you find out that it is a military experiment, you could argue that this is whatever the military did that is getting these bugs to come breaking
It's basically
through
Stranger Things.
from the other side. Yeah.
Split through a dimension.
Yeah.
They went to the upside down. Just not as cool. Great.
Yeah. Well, it's not as vision. I mean, you can hide whatever happened behind a cloak of the mist.
Yeah.
Not like in Stranger Things where it shows them coming to and from.
The Mist. I'm just going to keep doing that.
The mist.
I did Google to find out if like the way that they were portraying the mist was the mist. I'm like, is it a mist or is it a fog or is it a haze?
I think it was a haze. Didn't you and I talk about this? I feel like this is a conversation that you and I had.
Who was
Maybe.
you and I?
I don't know.
Dan and I, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Maybe,
fine.
but if we did, I forgot about it because that's how my brain works.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Anyways, yeah, you got really deep into it. So did you figure out, was it a fog, a mist, or a haze?
It is a mist.
Wait,
Oh,
what's the difference
interesting.
between the three?
The levels that it
The density?
the density, the humidity.
That shit looked like a fog to me,
and
but
the
let's not get
amount.
technical.
the way that it lays.
That's
So
what she
certain
said.
ones are like, from cloud to ground, and there's other ones that like it's not going to touch a cloud; it's just floating
Hmm.
between two different humidities.
I get you.
Gotcha.
Got you.
All right.
All right.
I hope I was right on that.
I don't
Somebody's
know.
like listening. He's like, he's fucking.
So,
That's
they're
wrong.
going to be like, fuck you, Weather Boy, 1-star review.
Weather boy Dan.
Anyways,
Oh,
refusing to
shit.
listen to David, Brent goes outside with a small group to seek help, followed by the biker with a rope tied around his waist. I did like this part a lot. Brent's group are attacked and presumably killed by an unseen creature, and the survivors pull back the biker's severed lower half, and then his intestines fall out. It's kind of like laid there. Visually, I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Wish I would have seen the monsters, but that still happens later. Night falls, and this is where the flying insects with venomous stingers start landing on the window, and then these giant Satan birds show up that look kind of like pterodactyls, but like a little more disgusting.
Satan
Smaller.
birds.
Satan birds.
Bunch of storks.
Yeah, that's like if a pterodactyl and a stork got together. Okay, if a pterodactyl and a stork made a baby, who would bring the baby?
Ooh,
Ooh,
the chicken.
I really would hope
Yeah,
the
'cause-
pterodactyl.
But the thing is a stork generally brings a baby.
Yeah.
If the stork is involved in the production, does just another stork?
No.
Or is there like, what came first, the stork or the baby? Chicken and the egg all over again.
the baby brings a stork?
Are you okay? You look like you kind of hurt yourself trying to think that hard.
Yeah.
But while we're talking about all this, there's one thing that we forgot to talk about that
Oh.
really annoys me about this movie.
What?
What's that?
The woman that the little boy like falls in love with.
Oh, yeah. He totally forgets about his mommy.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how does that happen? And then the guy like starts hitting on her like they've been dating for years.
He knows his wife's dead.
Yeah, like
He's like, I'm just going to move on quickly.
yeah. I even forgot like halfway. I'm like, oh yeah, that's not the kid's mom. I'm like, why is he so attached to this stranger?
Because it's a stressful situation.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I think it's weird that they like forced a mother figure.
Yeah.
It was really weird. He's like the little kid. The kid's, he's not like really little, but he's old enough,
No.
and he's like laying on her tit. Like it's weird.
Pillow, nature's pillows.
Jesus Christ.
What?
It's not the worst thing you've said lately. so-
Exactly. That's why I'm very confused as to why you got real bent out of shape.
I don't know.
I have said so much worse.
True. I think it was just an automatic, knee-jerk reaction. But then I realized, I was like, actually, that wasn't that bad. Because in the last 2 weeks, you have said some shit to me that I'm just like, I question this friendship. It's so hard.
No, you don't. You love it.
I know.
So the pterodactyl storks break into the store and they kill 2 people. Another man is severely burned while incinerating the creatures and later dies.
Is this when they have that rope and they're like, oh no, Timmy's gone? I'm like, what's with
That was
the
when the biker's torso came back.
Yeah.
Oh,
But just
okay.
to go back to that for a second, I always hate these shots in films when people are like, oh, let me rappel you down. Let me hold this rope while you walk out into the mist or whatever. Whenever there's a fucking
Right.
rope involved, because no matter what, that rope is going to get pulled at super fast and it's going to burn the shit out of your hands. Why wouldn't you just put something on your hands immediately?
I mean, they were in a store. They could have just got gloves, too.
Exactly. Biker Man probably had gloves on, and I would have been like, yo, give me them if I'm going to hold this fucking rope. That's because you're going to die out there. I
Yeah.
don't know. I just think
Not
about
me.
these things.
We're in a grocery store. I would have been making a fort inside the store with all the canned goods I could live with for a year.
Daniel, you would have kicked everyone out of the store.
That too.
That's it. Everybody out.
No, yeah, no. He would
We're
literally.
closing.
We have this conversation an odd amount, what we would do in like a disaster. And if you're with him, you'd be totally fine because he was a Boy Scout. He knows how to do all that stuff. And he's just really ruthless and vicious if he has to protect himself.
Where the fuck are we? Okay, so one of the insects lands on Mrs. Carmody but does not sting her. I hated this part. She keeps still saying a prayer, leading to her basically telling everyone that she's right and they're wrong, and it's the second coming. So then she starts to form her little cult in aisle 9.
The Cult of Aisle 9.
The cult of aisle 9, right next to the tortillas and the taco seasonings.
Hey, if there's going to be a cult, I hope there's tacos.
Oh, fuck, man. If you knew the end was coming, what would you eat? What would be your final Armageddon meal?
Oh, since the generator's off at this point, right?
Oh my
Since
God,
I
can
ain't
you
gonna
not
pay-
think that deep into it? This is like, desert island or
Oh.
deserted island.
I was just
Like,
saying that I was going to eat some of that ice cream that's melting probably in the grocery store.
okay, this is the last meal of your life. What are you going to eat? That's what he's asking, genius.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still going to probably go with like steak, baked potato and a beer. Maybe some green, something green still, like some asparagus. Still going to try to be healthy.
Can I still have some spinach? It's
Yeah,
the end of the world, but,
Yeah.
gotta think
You
about
want
my
to go into the
arteries.
afterlife
Yeah.
with a clean GI.
No, I'm a really big fan of like veggie sushi, so I would probably try to hit that up if my grocery store was fancy. But
I still don't get veggie sushi if there's no fish, so it's just rice. And
I like
a
cucumber and
vegetable?
avocado rolls a lot.
Yeah. Cucumber, avocado. There's one here that uses like pickled banana peppers.
Ooh.
pickled banana pepper.
It's not. It's like it's got like a weird pickly flavor to it. I don't really care for it.
What's the one that's the cream cheese? Are they at
The Philly roll?
Yeah, we got the Philly roll over here. It's
Ugh.
like, yeah, I thought you liked that
I
one.
don't like cream cheese.
You can get a deep fried roll here with a brat in it.
God, that's so
Do they
Wisconsin.
have a cheese curd roll?
No, not yet. They have it's like a Krabby Patty, and there's like some cheese that they bake on top. Yeah,
God.
there's some weird shit out here. Back to the action.
The mist.
So you could do like cheesy soap opera background noises.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the mist. And it's like someone's saying something dramatic, and it's just the mist
Just-
through the background.
Oh, I can totally do that.
Like light raindrops?
Yeah,
my
right.
God.
Just ASMR. I feel like I do a lot of ASMR on the show.
You're supposed to do a whole episode like that.
The mist.
There's no way in hell I could do it.
So I can play it and fall asleep at night just to your sweet, sweet voice.
Sometimes he listens to our episodes and just listens to your cards.
He takes my isolated vocal track.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that's funny. So they're in search of medical surprise and more survivors. David leads Dan, Private Wayne, Jessup, and then store patron Mike, Bobby, Irene, Jim, and then the assistant manager. I don't know why that matters at this point. He's managing nothing.
Yeah.
Can't manage the mist, Ollie. They go to the nearby pharmacy, which has been attacked by spider-like creatures that shoot corrosive webbing.
Nope.
So they're on to level 2.
Mm-mm.
Once you see one of these, I'd be out of the building.
I believe someone kills himself at one point. That would probably have been me.
Yep.
Just see this. I'm
Especially
like,
the
I'd rather
little
just
ones. Remember the little ones?
yeah.
You
So
kill
we
one and they're like more. I'm like,
they just keep getting
no.
bigger, which is basically how the rest of this movie goes. So they find a bunch of bodies, and one of them is the military policeman that they saw earlier, who they cut from the cocoon, but he dies. Like he kind of wakes up, and
Yeah.
they thought there was hope for him.
If I saw one of you in the cocoon hanging, I'm like,
Just
So-
mercy kill me.
I'm just gonna be like, I'm not gonna go near him. Like, so sad, so sad.
They cut him down, and then spiders jump out of his chest. So where I'm going with this is, if you didn't kill me when you saw me in the cocoon, I hope you would have killed me when the spiders started coming out of my chest.
Yeah.
No, I probably wouldn't go near you. I'd be like,
Oh fuck yeah, yeah!
he's a goner.
Kill me
You
with fire.
If something like that happens to me, don't even come looking for me. Just
Well, how would we know if we don't come looking for you?
That's a good point.
I have them sometimes.
in those scenarios, like if I've been gone for like more than a couple hours, you're like,
Oh, if you,
he's gone. Wow.
I'm gonna quote Dwight Schrute here. If if you're dead, we've all been dead for weeks. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not. I would have been dead already. Let's just point that out there, because you know what? In this scenario, I would have been the woman that stayed at the house while I'm like, yeah, you take the kid and go to the store and
definitely.
get stuff, because I just don't want to.
I'm going to the grocery store tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
I
I'm like,
asked you, I'm like, do you want to go today? She's like, no, I don't leave that.
I don't blame her. I hate the fucking grocery store.
I fucking hate it. It's like, okay, there's a few.
Tomorrow we got the big list too.
Yeah, there's like a few things in life that make me automatically tired. And I think I've said this before. It's when Daniel talks about stocks. I go into a home improvement store, or I have to go grocery store shopping. I just immediately get exhausted, and I just don't want to do it. I just want to go to sleep.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
We make a big list.
Before we continue on with the synopsis, though, let's take a quick break.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
The group run back to level 1, and this is when crazy old Mrs. Carmody recruits a lot of the survivors into the cult of Isle 9.
Mm-hmm.
At this time, Jessup reveals rumors from the local military base about, it's called Arrowhead Project. It's a government attempt to research other dimensions. Science may have opened a doorway into a dimension containing the creatures invading the town. This is an angry mob led by Mrs. Carmody. The cult of Isle 9 is turned into an angry mob. They all turn on Jessup, who is beaten, stabbed, and ejected from the store as a human sacrifice, falling prey on a large praying mantis-like creature.
Yeah.
So far, we have bugs, pterodactyl storks, venomous spider-web spiders, and now a giant praying mantis.
I thought it looked like a cricket.
It was a bug.
Yeah, it was I don't know what their genus is, but it's like if a praying mantis and a cricket made insect whoopee.
Ooh.
Gross. Do you know that when a female praying mantis has sex with a male, it rips its head off and eats him?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So there's this thing. Dan, I can tell, wants me to tell you so bad. We got a 1-star review.
I saw it.
Oh, yeah. Ravioli Boy.
Who's Ravioli Boy?
You.
I don't remember that.
It's when you make Alyssa like these extravagant raviolis.
Oh.
So you're Ravioli Boy. And he's just like, every day leading up to this recording, I was like, have you told Matt yet about the Ravioli Boy comment? I'm like,
dude, I read it and I'm like, who the fuck is Ravioli Boy? And I'm like, did I say something? I didn't even remember talking about it.
When I read it, I was like, which one of us is it? I was like,
Yeah.
It ain't me.
Is it me or Matt? Because I
But
don't remember.
It's okay. Me and you are just okay.
Well,
You're a douche.
Like,
Who
I
makes
read
raviolis.
it and I just kind of want to be like, I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, fuck this guy. And then I'm like, what is this? Like, this guy really needs to say this stuff. Like,
Yeah. No, it didn't even faze me, but I'm just like, he's like, did you tell him yet? I'm like,
yeah, I didn't remember
No.
that.
Are we ever gonna I think for all 1-stars and stuff, we should always reply with like, oh, thanks for
I
listening.
don't think you can
Tune
reply
in
No,
to
next
you-
time.
you can't
And
reply.
You can't
Yeah.
be like, tune into our next week
Trust
and tell
me.
us what you think.
if I could reply, I would have replied a long time ago to assholes who come at me for my accent, for this, for that, and the other. You can't, though.
Yeah.
But continue on, Ravioli Boy.
well, okay, so back to the ravioli thing. Like, that just makes me want to be more of an ass.
Yeah, and that's the thing that makes me laugh is like, if he really thinks that you're a douche, he's clearly not listening to the show.
What? Not only that, but like me talking on the internet is apparently just it paints a perfect picture of who I am as a human being every day of my life.
True.
That's like fucking yeah, whatever.
Don't get agitated. It's just an internet troll who would never say this shit to your face.
Oh no, that's the other thing. But the thing, like, sometimes I feel bad because I'm like, man, that guy's probably a fucking douchebag. And I'm like, people have totally said that about me, so maybe I shouldn't do it to other people. That
No, we
upsets me
can.
more than the fact that the person... So, do you listen to Your Mom's House?
No.
What?
It's a podcast with Tom Segura and his wife. And, like, the first hour of every episode is just them playing TikTok videos and laughing about it, which is hilarious to me. But they found one TikTok video where there's this lady who was talking about NRE, which is new relationship energy, and she's polyamorous, and her husband has a boyfriend, and she's just so happy about it. And it was like really, really weird. And they
Yeah.
were talking about like, oh, she seems sad. I don't know if this is truthful or not. Well, the guy's, her boyfriend, one of her boyfriends, like put up a video and apparently it looks like a total idiot. And they're like, hey, he's wearing a fedora and he's stupid. And he goes, you know what? They may be talking about us, but at least they're talking about us. And the point is like, the guy may hate us, but he took the time to write that.
Yeah, for sure.
So at the end of the day, we've taken at least 90 minutes of his life, and the fucking joke is on that guy.
Yep.
Sure.
Ravioli and proud.
Yeah, Ravioli Strong, 2020. Where are we in this movie?
Pterodactyls.
Just got stabbed and pushed Jessup out.
Yeah, they're at the part where they go back in.
Yeah, he knows where they're at.
Now they're going to decide.
Praying
to leave.
mantis, we know.
Yeah, the praying mantis creatures. The next morning, what?
The mist.
God damn it. Now I can't not hear it. The next morning, David and his group prepare to leave the store. Mrs. Carmody tries to stop them and have Billy and the school teacher, Amanda, sacrificed.
Crazy.
Yep.
But what happened in this situation so quickly?
And that's the thing. Like, they woke up the next morning and shit it went to 11.
Yeah, I mean, me and him were having this conversation the other day because of like the whole corona thing. Like, it's just starting to like spread a lot around during the time that we're recording this. But I told him, I'm like, there is a very thin line between law and anarchy. Shit goes south. People go fucking crazy when there's nothing really keeping them in that box that they're supposed to be in, of like, you're supposed to treat your neighbor kindly. You're supposed to not steal. People go fucking crazy when natural disasters or things like this of this nature happen. So This movie is legit. This would happen if fucking dimensional shit was going down.
If we weren't at the grocery store, that would not be a place I'd be going to in that situation.
No, that's like the number one hit spot.
Yeah.
Or like a pharmacy.
Yeah, people are going to be fighting to the death over a can of like,
Peas.
soup or something.
Which you should go to is like an outdoor supplier store.
Yeah.
Because they're going to have weapons and freezer-dried food.
Ew.
And probably a lot of beef jerky.
You'd be happy.
I'd be very happy. They don't call me a beef boy for nothing.
Oh, dear God. Nobody calls you that.
Ravioli boy.
Oh, callback.
I'm going to get a soccer jersey. Nah, hockey jersey.
Fucking Monster Madness shirt that says Ravioli Boy.
Yeah, I think there's a Tim and Eric bedtime stories called Ravioli Boy. So fucking jokes on them because that show's great. So Ollie blasts Mrs. Carmody in the face.
Were you surprised he had a gun?
Yeah.
Because I was.
Yeah. He blapped her right in the face, and then that thus ending the cult of Aisle 9. David and his group then proceed to leave, but as they make their way through the parking lot, Ollie is torn in half by a praying mantis-like creature.
Oh, that's the big one.
Yeah,
It's a big mama.
Yeah, the big one comes back. Myron and Ambrose are killed by the spiders. Bud runs back inside the store. Only Billy, Dan, Amanda, and Irene make it to the car, and the remaining survivors watch them drive off into the distance.
The mist.
The mist. I thought this part was kind of interesting because they're clearly driving through mist, but David finds his house destroyed and his wife dead.
I like how she's just on the wall.
Well, yeah, I mean, she had nothing to defend herself, so they totally, like, face-suckered her.
Yeah, but why was she outside right there? That's what I don't get. It's like, if in that situation, she'd be inside sitting on the sofa.
Well, the tree, like, busted out half the house, so no matter what,
you think she's out there cleaning it up?
Probably. I mean, that's probably what I would have been doing in that situation. I'd be like, well, someone's got to fucking do it.
If a tree fell down in our house, I'm pretty sure you'd be like, I'm going to wait for him to come home so he can clean that up.
No, I would help you. Don't you make me sound like such an asshole.
I bet you are.
You act like I'm going to come back and I'm like, oh, she took out the chainsaw and she cut it all up?
No, I ain't going to do that. That would terrify me.
You're just gonna be like, I cleaned up all the stuff, all our belongings. That's probably what would happen.
Yeah, I would do
I moved all the belongings so you can cut the tree up.
Exactly, I would do my part. Could you actually see me fucking going like? Could you see me doing that?
Big turn on if you did.
If you thought you were about to die, yeah.
If I thought I was about to die, yeah, I would get that shit going. I'd look like fucking Leatherface in a second. But if like
she's got like this little apron.
I'm not cutting a tree on my own.
Oh no. But I believe that if push came to shove and you had to, you would.
Oh, for sure. I'd be swinging that shit.
I'd love to see you run down the street with a chainsaw.
I'd probably cut myself in the face, and then I would. You know what? In this situation, I would probably accidentally kill myself.
Gotta hold that
before
guard.
Anything even got me. 100%.
Hold the guard tight.
I have no upper body strength. It would get away from me and cut my legs off.
You'll be thinking like you're cutting the tree, and she cuts through her foot.
It's just moving on.
Yep.
So after they leave his house and his dead ass wife, they drive south.
Did he even cry? Did he have a tear at all?
No time to cry in the apocalypse, my man.
Did the kid cry?
No, kid was already like, I have my new mommy.
This weekend mom is he's all about her. Okay, so he drives south, passing destroyed vehicles and a gigantic six-legged tentacled beast.
Yeah, that doesn't really care what they're doing.
Looked like a big what the heck are those crabs you get at the
King crab?
No, at the boardwalk, the little ones.
Hermit crab?
Yeah, it looked like a hermit crab. That's what it looked like to me.
I was like a crabby crab?
Oh, God, those creep me out so much. Those are the spiders of the sea.
What?
Fuck them. Fuck them.
Yes, they are.
Those are the ones where they pick new shells, right? They just get
Yeah,
out.
have you ever seen them without their shell? They're fucking freaky. It looks like a little mushroom butt. It's so... He's gonna Google it. I love that giggle. That's my favorite giggle.
Oh, he's gonna see one just leave its shell, and
Yeah. It's not anywhere near as weird as...
he's looking for a little hermit
kinda funny.
crab with
Yep.
like a muscular butt. That's what he's looking
Yeah.
at.
You can tell he works out.
He's been doing
No, I
squats.
said mushroom butt, not muscular butt.
Yeah, I knew you said mushroom butt.
He thought I said muscular. What the fuck does a muscular hermit crab butt look like to you? Look at these glutes.
Look at these
I'm not
glutes, little
Googling that.
little baby glutes.
If you can think it, it's on the internet.
It's
Oh,
like
I'm sure it is. But their tail rolls up.
2 little glutes
Yeah,
the size of peas.
they're gross.
No, they're super gross. I'm not saying they're not gross.
You know what? Here's the thing. I used to have those when I was a kid all the time. When we would go down the shore, I would always bring some home.
I always
the
wanted
fucking
one.
sponge.
My parents were like, no.
They stink.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, can I get one of these? No.
Yeah, no, Evelyn's never getting
That
one.
and what was the place where they always sold the lizards? The little lizards. They're like 3 inches long.
I have no idea. I never got. Well, I had an iguana
Where
when I
the
was
tail,
a kid. But...
if you hold on and the tail falls off, they grow a new tail. Geicos or whatever. Is it a Geico? Is it a lizard? What is it?
A gecko?
Gecko?
I said Geico.
Yeah, that's the car insurance company.
Yeah.
Oh shit, dumbass.
Anyways.
Let's back on to this movie.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Yeah, they run out of gas. The group, except for Billy, who is too young to understand.
I'm pretty sure I understand what Daddy's talking about when he's like,
Yeah.
Dad gonna kill us?
Yeah, they all agree to kill each other, kill themselves. David kills all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then he is essentially letting himself be the one that is sacrificed.
Yeah.
Kills the 4 of them with bullets. And then, did he check his gun and only had 4 bullets left?
Yeah.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Why wouldn't you just like line up?
why wouldn't Billy and him? Yeah, that bullet's going through 2 heads. His skull's probably still soft.
Get me out of there, man. I'm not fucking
Yeah.
sacrificing myself for shit. I'm not getting torn apart.
Obviously, that had to happen because
Yeah.
as he gets out of the car, the mist recedes, revealing the United States Army has arrived, and they close the portal, and they're in the process of exterminating all the creatures. And this is when he falls to his knees and starts crying, and the fucking military just walks past him, drives a tank past him, like no one's gonna stop and be like, "Hey man, are you okay?"
Yeah, there was not even like a head nod, like, "Hey, you all right?" He's just like, "No,
Like,
Yeah.
creatures to kill.
no."
Yeah.
Monsters and creatures to kill.
Yeah,
Going on.
they're not even looking at him. But you do see in the one car that goes by, the one lady who left to go back to her kids, she survived.
Oh, I didn't realize that's who that was.
She gave him the look like, haha,
I mean,
dumbass.
yeah, because like nobody would go with her. She's like, "Really? Not even you would come with me?" And he's like, "Fuck no."
Well, at that time, I don't think anyone thought that anyone was getting out alive.
Well, like
No.
half the wasn't like everybody in the grocery store that stayed. They
No,
were
yeah,
on that
pretty much
bus.
everybody stayed. She left because she had to get back to her kids.
Now, if that happens,
Mm-hmm.
do you think like he would go to jail or anything, or they just like circumstances? He thought he was doing the right thing.
I'm pretty sure he's going to be a shell of a human being after that point, and I don't really know. I mean,
But like scenarios like that, lawbreakers, do they get away with that stuff?
can they prove that he did it in that certain situation?
He's got his fingerprints all over that gun.
Yeah, but I think at the time this happened, there may have been martial law declared, so there might be like some sort of loophole.
Yeah, he gets away with everything.
Who knows?
Yeah.
So are you just trying to like prep for when you kill me?
No, I would never.
You
do
seem to
that.
be asking a lot of questions,
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
and the movie's over.
Boom, credits.
Yeah.
All right. Now that the movie's over, time for questions of the damn.
I've been studying.
I doubt it. Okay, so if you're keeping track at home, which I'm sure you're not, Matt is up 4.
4 raviolis.
4 raviolis. Dan has 1 ravioli. Oh my god, I might just start rating this by raviolis.
That's fine.
You fucking like us now, don't you?
You know what'll be really funny? If he comes back with another comment and then be like, you clearly didn't hate us too much to not continue listening. Thank you for your dollars and cents.
What? All right, so Matt 4, Daniel 1. If Matt wins this one, I'm pretty sure he takes it all. Really, that early in the season. So you kind of have to win. So I'm going to give you the first question. All right, Daniel, you ready?
Yeah, thanks for the pressure.
Okay. How many days did it take to shoot this film? 92 days, 51 days, 37 days.
51.
92, 51, 37.
37. Like 92 is way too long. So Dan, you really cleared that one out for me, bud. I'm sorry. Just like the U.S. military cleared out these bugs.
Ayo.
The mess.
All right, Matthew. What video game was inspired by the novella this film is based on? Fallout, BioShock, or Half-Life?
I know.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Okay. That was an impressive, not a...
I don't think he knows. Fallout, BioShock, Half-Life.
Fallout.
My turn?
Yep.
BioShock. No!
Yeah,
I thought
Half-Life.
It was Half-Life. See, never mind. I couldn't remember what Half-Life was about.
It was like...
Futuristic,
I thought
post-apocalyptic.
Half-Life was like
Yeah.
the one where you make yourself and then like you're supposed to like live a life.
That's
like,
Fallout.
approach.
That's Fallout. I mean,
No.
all these games virtually
They're
are the
very
same.
similar. Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay, guys. It's okay. All right, Daniel.
What's up?
What state does this movie take place in? New York, Maine, or Connecticut?
Shit. Paid attention to that goddamn Jeep thing that he was driving around. Fucking license plate. Maine?
Stephen King writes everything in Maine.
Yep, that's the big thing.
Yeah.
Oh god, here he goes again with that fucking breathing. All right, Matthew. What was the name of the project that caused the dimensional rift that allowed the mist to get through? Project Arrowhead, Project Montauk, Project Hudson.
Project Arrowhead.
I mean, he probably read it a couple
I
times.
did.
So,
I even said it.
damn. All right, Daniel.
Yeah.
Thomas Jane which is the main character, the main guy who survives at the end. Thomas Jane was strongly considered for the lead in what TV show after this film?
Shit.
The Walking Dead, American Horror Story, or Supernatural?
Supernatural.
The Walking Dead. Bunch of people from this then end up in The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the director is like one of the people behind the TV series, like starting. Yeah. Yeah, Matt wins.
It's a nice losing streak.
I know.
I think I should come up with questions.
No, how's that fair?
Get you under the pressure.
Yeah, that's true. He could take over next season.
No, because I'm going to know every single answer anyway.
Nuh-uh.
Because I'm smart.
Come up with like really good questions.
I don't know about that.
Like how many different monsters were in this movie?
At least 6.
I don't know. I didn't count them. But that
We're not starting now.
That would have been a good question.
Anyway, since Matt is the reigning victor of Questions of the Damned 2 seasons in a row, and he has something in his eye, clearly.
Yeah, sorry.
It's the tears of joy.
Yeah, he's really emotional right now, guys.
It's Satan's finger.
Do you have a contact?
No, I don't wear contacts.
Oh, that's what I was asking.
2020 bastard.
Do you really have 2020?
I don't think so.
All right.
Probably not.
Yeah.
You just wake up and you can see.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
You know what's really fucked up is like I have a couple other friends without glasses and I can very clearly see further than them.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times I've like read a sign from far away and they're like, "How the fuck can you see that?" I'm like, I don't know. I just can't.
I know.
It's just how it is.
It's so strange.
Yeah, my brother and both my parents have glasses and I don't.
That's
ordered-
interesting.
I just ordered new glasses.
Oh God, here he goes. Don't even
I
start.
know he accidentally texted me trying to text you, and I was like, "What the fuck is happening, man?"
Did he text you selfies?
No,
Oh.
he said they're
Wish I
on
did.
my Snapchat story, and I think I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I'm cool, man. Get whatever you want." Like, I don't care. Have you ever seen how I dress? It's not fashionable.
Could have been worse. Could have been so worse.
Oh, is anybody gonna help me? Won't somebody here see a lady home?
All right, so now the Questions of the Damned is over. Now we go on to the portion of the show. Would we watch this movie again? Are we happy that we watched this movie? I probably won't watch this movie again. I'm not mad that I watched it, but it's not really like my favorite monster movie. I think that if this was like, this is probably one of those movies that if it was remade, I would watch it and probably enjoy it more because, you know, advanced technologies and probably better actors. But that's my feelings on it. What about you, Daniel?
I would not watch this movie again. That being said, I'm not really a big fan of like mist or fog type movies at the moment. But as things go on, maybe we'll find one that I like.
Maybe.
What
about you, Matt?
I will never watch this movie again. I don't want to. I don't need to. I only said that because it rhymed.
Okay. Do you feel good about that?
About the rhyming?
Yes.
Not really. I mean, it was just like a 2-line rap. So I can totally work for the next time to be more prepared for my rap debut.
Okay, good. So next time, we're going to be covering 2008's Cloverfield. Ba-da-bum.
Followed by Raviolis of the Damned.
Ayo!
I'm never going to let that one go.
We give The Mist a solid half a ravioli.
Half a ravioli. It's like a half ravioli, but the insides fell out already, so you're just getting half dough.
It's just dough.
Yeah, you're just dough. Yeah, it's just ravioli dough.
You're supposed to say it.
Why am I supposed to say ravioli?
Just goes ravioli.
Oh, like an echo? I can literally put an echo effect on your voice saying ravioli.
Ravioli.
We're going to end this episode with saying
Ravioli.
Stealing food now?
Going out now, Mrs. Carmody. Please stand aside.
You can't go out. I won't allow it.
Won't allow it?
It's against God's will. Don't you know that by now? Haven't I proven myself again and again and again? Haven't I shown that I am his vessel? What's the matter with you? Don't you believe in God?
No one's interfered with you. All we're asking for is the same privilege.
You heard him. It is these people who brought this upon us.